A few months ago, I set myself a challenge. Take a brand new account straight off Tutorial Island across Gillinor to make max cash. A challenge that would see me take on some of the greatest bosses and quests in Oldskool RuneScape, and the catch? Do it in a game mode that only lasts for 6 months. If you see my last video, you will know I did a boss challenge at the start of Fresh Start World, so I have a few stats on the account, but not many. 37 magic, 15 thieving, 44 attack and 30 strength from a few quests such as the Fight Arena and Tree Gnome Village, and that's pretty much it. Love the agility pyramid at the start of any game mode, the easiest 10, 20, 30k that you can get just from running to the top a few times. You do fail a lot, but that money is huge. Got 20k, so going to put all of that money straight into magic. The only magic attack bonus I've got right now is purely from the staff, but even still, you still hit blue dragons. Great training spot, and dragon bones right now are worth a fortune. There's a GE tracker already up for Fresh Start Worlds, and it's saying dragon bones are 5k each, so I'm very curious whether they do actually sell for that. 6k each they are. 6k. Wow, that's huge. That last run helped me pay for a load of Chaos Runes, so I'm training much quicker now, getting a lot more Dragon Bones, got a full inventory, probably going to keep these myself and train my prayer up. Zami Warriors are pretty heavily camped right now, but they're the easiest way to get a Rune Sim, so hopefully I get lucky. It's a 1 in 50 chance. This is so sketchy. We're in a game mode where the only place you can train prayer is here. I mean, every PK knows this as well, so it's just easy money for them. I'm going to one-tick these as quick as I can. 31 prayer. I didn't get a Rune Sim drop before, but I did make enough money to buy one on the G. Only 20k, surprisingly. So I'm going to gear up and get my combat stats up. I'm training my magic on defensive, so I can wear mithril. So I'm going to get a mithril plate skirt here. Unfortunately, the best shield I can get is iron, but that'll do for now. Got a mithril full helm in the Barbarian Village, and Horvik's going to sort me out with a plate body. Looking pretty tanky. It may not be the most exciting place, but here the levels are just flying in. Just need to flinch this boss, and then this quest is going to really help towards those protection prayers, which are going to be massive to get on the account. Quest complete 11,000 prayer XP and 15,000 defense XP, just huge. It's not going to be enough to get me the protection prayers, but it's a lot closer. This is the site that I mentioned before, G tracker already for Fresh Start Worlds, and this is the price of bonds. The price is generally between the current price and the high offer price, somewhere in the middle, so about 200,000 GP right now for a bond, and 6 million GP on the main game, so the exchange rate right now is about 30 to 1. Every 1 GP you make in this game mode, you can convert it essentially for the main game mode for 30 GP.
I'm unstable and I'm unsteady, I've lost a million times already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow me down. I feel unable and so unworthy, my heart feels heavy, I've lost already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now.
And that is 43 prayers, so I can now use all the protection prayers, which are going to be really useful for the next thing I want to do. And that is Monkey Madness complete, and that's not really the reward I'm after though. That's the reward I was after. 51 strength, 46 hit points, 48 attack, and 43 defense already. Back in my favourite spot, and this is level 60 attack. And you probably know why. I've just completed Monkey Madness, and now I've got 60 attack. This is going to be my last lap, so that's going to be 119,000 GP on the account. It's going to buy me what I need, as well as a little bit extra. Finally, someone selling an Amulet of Power. What a nice little upgrade. And also my War Blessing has bought a lot of money, 101,000 GP from money I made from the Dragon Bones, but it's going to open up a brand new money maker. And this is the one that I wanted. Dragon Sim unlocked on the account. Just need that robe bottom, thank you very much. And a monk's robe top from the monastery. In case you didn't know, that classifies as a Sarah item. So that's 3 of the 4 God Wars dungeon items that I need. I don't have anything for armor, but that's okay, I don't need one. I don't have the strength level yet to push the boulder, but you can actually use a strength pot to boost it up. So I'm going in here, just going to protect range from the advances, and then I'm good to go. I can kill anything in here. And they have a 1 in 50 chance of dropping an ecumenical key, which high alch for 60k each. I don't have high alch yet, but even at low alch, it's 40,000 GP each one. And you can kill the imps, you can kill anything. Amazing money maker. So I timed this and it was 45 minutes, got me 6 keys. Even at low alch, that's 240k. At high alch, that would have been 360k. And at the current conversion rate, that makes this about 10 million GP per hour. And this is day 1. I so love these new game modes. We're going to do the Fremnik trials just to unlock a few different areas and hopefully a few new money makers. That is the quest completed, and now I just need to start Fremnik Isles. I don't need to complete it yet, and I can access a few new shops that most people don't have access to yet. So right now, salmon is 200 GP each, and 200 GP in this game mode right now is a lot of money. And here is a food shop that not many people know about, so we can buy loads of food really cheap and may even sell for a profit if it's worthwhile. Also over here some ice trolls, and you just need to hit them once and then the warriors will do the rest of the damage for you and you still get the drop. They also drop runekite shields, granite shields, raw sharks, loads of useful items, so gonna stay here for a little bit, make a little bit of money. Runekite shield, about my 5th kill. Very, very nice. According to the GE tracker, these sell for more than they do in the main game. This method's over 1 million GP per hour. The exchange rates come down a bit to about 20 to 1, but even still, at that value, 1 million GP per hour is 20 million GP per hour. That's just nuts. I'm going to put these on the G, see how much you make from it. Don't want to do this for too long. It is an amazing money maker, but I'm not training at all when I do this, and that's a big problem. With the money I made from the keys earlier on, I put an offer in for a bond, and it's come in now 301,000 GP, so still around 20 to 1 the rate. Very nice money. Hammering my melee stats, 67 strength I have got, and this now should be 63 attack coming in, which makes 130 total, and most of you probably know what that means. All of that fish and the balls of wool have sold. The balls of wool took me 8 minutes in total, didn't mention before. To buy all of that made me 56k in 8 minutes. That is full room bought. Of course, I can't wear it yet. I do have to do another quest. I'm trying not to do quests and just level combat, but this game just keeps wanting me to do quests and get stats for quests and then do more quests and do quests to do quests. Just want to do combat.
And if you keep me close, every minute in this hourglass you hold. And when I fall to be, will you be there when I wait to save me? A superhero in me.
Quest complete, needed 27 quest points, so I did a load of useful quests, as well as this Dragon Slayer, which now gives me 18,000 strength and 18,000 defense, massive, and I can now wear the rune plate body. Just a thing of beauty walking in here for the first time. I don't know what it is about this place. I think it's just because it's such a massive upgrade. And it also unlocks another money maker. So look at this. This shop here sells potions. Strength potions right now are 5,000 GP each. I can literally buy them, sell them on the Grand Exchange and make a fortune, change my money to the main game and make absolute bank. And it's so hard for me not to do it. But I have a massive plan to get combat up and do loads of stuff to make money. And if I keep stopping to do these things, it just will never happen. But it is tempting. Rune Defender, 356 kills, almost exactly on drop rate there. I may have gone against everything I've said so far and done one more Balls of Wool run, but that's because I can buy these massive upgrades. Combat Bracelet, yes, get in there. Ring of Wealth as well, but unfortunately Amulet of Glory is not selling at the moment. Hopefully it will do later. Not many people can make it. Very few people with that crafting level. And a quick quest just to get one more upgrade. +2 strength, that's probably going to be as good as it gets for quite a long time. Going to be ages before anyone has rune boots, dragon boots, or anything like that. And there's a big one, Dragon Defender, massive upgrade. Went a little bit dry, but you make decent money here. 227k I've made, so I don't mind too much at this one. To combat is definitely the route I want to go down. I want to get the best items before anyone else can do. And Barrows is going to be one of the first ones that I do. I'm just going to try it right now. I don't think this is going to be efficient, but you never know. Might get lucky. No one can even use this armor right now, but I'd take a piece. Maybe not. Wasn't terrible, to be fair. Used quite a bit of food. Probably not worth doing right now because I'm only going to be able to do 1 to 2 kills per trip. Back at Blue Dragons, just getting my magic up, and that is level 60 magic. You know, just so happened to be passing the area, and then I just nipped in. Definitely not here to buy more wool, like I said, that I wouldn't do. Honest. Just quickly got 20 construction so I can finish the Fremnik Isles quest that I started earlier. That's the major arena completed. Did it mainly for the cape. There's just nothing out there right now that gives a magic bonus, so that cape's pretty massive. Someone's selling split logs for 10k each, and you need 8 for the quest. That's 80k. 10k each time he makes a split log, and I'm not even mad because fair play to them. What a great little money maker. He's making millions, maybe even billions off that. That's so clever. I rate that. One dead troll. I've completely abandoned one of the combat skills, but that's not my intention. I do want to train them all up. Don't need to do the quest, just bought the bow and crossbow off the Grand Exchange. Great weapon to train with. This next quest has a few requirements. So that's 35 woodcutting, 18 Slayer. That is the 639th time that I have freed Ernest from being a chicken. I wish he'd stop doing it. And that is Animal Magnetism, because training range without an Avers device is horrific. This is how much cannonballs are right now. I'd love to get a cannon, but 506 GP each, I'm just not going to be able to afford that right now. So I'm pretty tanky right now. I've got decent melee stats as well as decent magic stats. So the other boss that I was looking at doing early is the Dagonath Kings. Is it too early? Possibly. But it is a pretty easy boss. It's just getting in there that's going to be painful because there's no one that can lure them away from the ladder for me.
Deep in the dark, down on my knees, I've seen things that you wouldn't believe. I was lost until I found that I'm invincible. Nobody gon' bring me down.
This is going to be my last kill. 10 kills I got on that trip. That's a lot more than I was expecting. This might actually be possible already. And Dagonath Rex drops 3 great things. The Berserker Ring, which is the best one. Dragon Axe, although you can get that from Wintertodd. And the Warrior Ring, which in all honesty, although it is a crap ring, right now there's nothing else. So it's kind of better than nothing. That's my 38th kill. Going to get a couple more and then that's going to be it. Almost at the drop right now. Every 42 kills on average you should get an item. Good thing about the Dagonath Kings though is even though I didn't get a drop, I am getting a lot of bones. So just got rid of my bones and my dragon bones that I had from earlier. That's 53 prayer. Want to get my range level up as well just to unlock a few different money makers. And this is 50 range. Yeah, Red D High Body and Vams just bought. There was no one making them before. And that is 61 range, so I can now use a rune crossbow. I'm going to grab myself an archer helm as well. Starting to come together in all the different stats now. Starting to feel a lot better about how the build's going. Rex has been a little bit so far, but I'm not one to give up.
Here we go.
B-ring, get in. That is the best one I could have got. I have no idea what price to put this at. Somewhere between 2 and, I don't know, maybe even as much as 10 million, but that might just be me being hopeful. About 5 million, I think I'm going to put it in for. Give it a few hours, see if it sells. If not, I'll reduce it. Oh, it instant sold. 10 mil. Wow. I was not expecting that. So that is 40 million GP. Main game money for that B-ring. Isn't this game mode great? So every time I get a decent amount of money, I'm going to buy some bonds or some other items that have a good conversion rate, put them in a separate tab, and that's going to be the tab that shows all the money I've made towards the challenge. Dragon Axe as well. Now the luck's turning. There's been an offer in the GE for the last few days for 2 million GP for a Dragon Axe, but it's not there anymore. I don't know what this is going to sell for. The tracker's saying somewhere between 1.2 and 2 million. It's instant sold again. 2 million GP. That's over a bond. It's like 6-7 million. So now I've got a bit of money. I can get a few levels up and do a few quests that I wanted to do. Plague City done, so I can now teleport to Ardy. And that's Hand in the Sand done, which means I can now access the Magic Guild, which I'm hoping is going to be really useful because the runes are a pain to get. They're bought out in every single shop and on the G. Nature runes, cosmic runes, blood runes, all 500, 600, 700 GP each rune. And as much as I've just made a fortune and I can afford it, I'm going to waste it very, very quickly unless I can get runes a bit cheaper. Nope, nature runes gone. There's blood runes, but I don't really use them yet. I'm not got the level for them. And there's a set complete, a warrior ring. That's all 3 items from here. Getting loads of XP now, proper gaming, high alkin, auto-retaliating against these little minions, as well as killing Dagonoth Rex.
Invincible.
Another V-ring! You beauty! 2 rings in one trip. No! No way! What? 2 V-rings and a warrior ring in one trip. I'll put him in for 10 and then, if they don't sell, I can always reduce it. I don't think anyone else is getting these right now. What you sell a warrior ring for? 500k? Hopefully it's the casket. I've not been able to complete a clue yet, but I could really do with some god boots. Yay, casket time. Oh, Coif. Coif's nice. I don't really need one, but I think it'll probably sell for a good price. If it sells for that, then I'll probably feel bad about it, but 2 million GP for a Zamrag Coif. And that's level 20 smithing that I need for the next quest. And this is Taurus Trap completed. I get 10,000 XP in a skill of my choice, and I'm probably going to go thieving. So I need a lot of thieving levels for an unlock later. Warrior Rings just sold on the GE, 500k. I had that in for. That's going to be nice. And it's level 65 attack at the same time. So just logged in for the day, and both Berserker Rings have sold 10 million GP each. That's 20 million GP, which is like 80 million GP in the main game. Just quickly to explain how this works, when I buy a bond in this game mode, I know in 6 months' time, when it merges with the main game, that bond is going to be worth 6 million GP, no matter how much I pay for it now. Level 42 Thieving means I can now do one more quest. And this is Temple of Ikov completed with some very nice ranged and fletching XP too. 13 bonds, that's 78 million GP so far, but I have to make just under 100 million GP a week on average to make that 2.147 bill. And to make that kind of money, I'm going to have to unlock the hardest things in the game, which means a lot of quests and a lot of skilling. $62 lockpicks so far and still not open this chest. Finally! There's a treasure complete. That's going to be absolutely huge for getting quick magic levels. And there is the staff that makes anyone instantly look like a PK. With my newfound money, I can now afford myself a nice full mystic. So since you need level 66 to get into the Magic Guild, the best way of getting mystic equipment, but it's only level 40 magic to wear it, I thought I'll test selling it on the GE, and sure enough, the gloves and the boots have just instant sold for 30 and 35k, and they only cost 10k each. Could be a nice little flip. What an amazing training spot, but everything you need to train here is extremely expensive, so the prayer pots are 20k each, the runes are like 300-400 GP each. Can't stay forever, but the levels are going to fly in. This is draining my cash, but it's well worth it. Level 75 magic, and I'm training defensively, so I'm getting my defense levels up too. And with high magic and high defense, I can now of course do barrows efficiently. And look at the prices of some of these items right now. And they're only this high because not many people can do barrows yet. And this is my plan to make the big money. Get to content before most players can, rinse it, move on, and go to the next one before other players get there too. Spent ages here trying to get this temple built up. Made myself some bracelets, bought myself the hammer just so I can do it as a solo. Spent about an hour, and then these two people have just come along and said thank you very much. But that is the Shades of Morton complete. That means I can mini game teleport straight here and then run over to Barrows. Double chest. Oh wow, that's huge. Probably going to keep one. I might sell them both if they go for the right price. Going to put them both in for a couple of mil. See if either of them sell. Oh, Guthans just sold instantly. So that's like 2.1 million on the Guthans. And that is Lost City complete. Just the start of a recipe for disaster because I want to change my training spot. I want to go somewhere where I get good XP, but I also make money. Just helping the mountain dwarf so I can rob this rock cake. So my new training spot is going to be the Nightmare Zone, and with the points I can buy herb boxes, and herbs are just crazy prices right now. It's good XP and good money. You can only buy so many herb boxes per day, so I've just bought the most you're allowed to buy. Just going to see how much these are worth. 461,000 GP I've just made from that. That is huge. These are the Mystic boots and the gloves that I bought earlier, and they're both selling double the price. I've made over 1 million GP in one day. Trying to get all my stats up to 70 because obviously I'm going Barrows, so I want to be able to wear the gear, and this is level 70 range. These are the high scores. It's a good way to see which people are doing what bosses. If you're one of the first doing a boss, the drops are generally worth a fortune. As soon as loads of people start doing it, then obviously the prices drop, and there's a lot of people now doing Rex. But there's not a single person yet with 50 prime or supreme kills. So that's definitely something I'm looking to do too. Oh, spoon fed. Honestly, these things are just spoon feeding me. Every episode's just going to be me at the Dagonoth Kings at this rate. And even when you're not getting drops, the bones are just amazing. Level 61 prayer. And this is my 46th Barrows chest. The only item I've got besides that double chest is a Darrick's helm. So I've got a new plan and a new boss. Now that the Barrows prices are coming down, as lots of people do it, I'm going to flip my strategy and I'm actually going to start buying some Barrows gear for another boss. Darrick's plate skirt has just bought. That means I just need the helm. The GE track is saying 1 million GP, and in this game mode, if you need an item, you just have to pay it. Otherwise, you're going to wait days to try and get it. And it was right, instant bought for 1 million GP. Just doing one more sub-quest on Recipe for Disaster. I'm going multi-combat and deep wilderness, so I need the best stats possible, but also with the lowest risk. That means I can now get iron gloves for +3 strength and +3 accuracy. This is my setup: full Varrox, amulet of power, iron gloves and climbing boots. So with protect item on, the only thing I'm really risking is some prayer potions. And that means I can even do the next boss AFK. Dragon pickaxes are 10 million GP each, which in the main game right now is worth about 40 million GP. No one's expecting me to be here. Callisto's safe spotted. Gonna go make a brew. That's 50 Callisto kills. I'm now not alone. There's other people here. There was no one on the high scores earlier. And the price of the dragon pick has dropped to 6 million GP. So I think it's time to move on to trying to get those stats and those levels for those two massive items I mentioned at the start. That's Biohazard complete. Underground Pass done. And that is Regicide complete. Always makes it sound really easy when you watch a video and they just reel off quests. You never actually get to see what they've been through. So those quests now give me access to Zulra, who has a few good drops, but the main one I'm interested in is the blowpipe. But the problem is there's no one selling anti-venom. Just snag Kirill Skirt and Koif. I'm keeping my eye on any Barrows items that are going quite cheap. Bonds are now currently worth about 1 million GP each, so the exchange rate has now gone to 6 to 1 from 4 to 1, and the reason is Skill Specs found a way to bug exploit, and obviously people must have been using it because there was loads of wealth transferred into Fresh Start Worlds. He reported it to Jagex and they took it out of the game and all the money with it, so now Fresh Start Worlds money is worth more again. These boots and gloves are just doing absolute work for me. Like 2 million GP profit a day I'm making off these. So I just wanted to show you the price of an Abyssal Whip. 50 million GP. And an exchange rate of 6 to 1. That will cost you in the main game money 300 million GP for a whip. And the two items that I want to go for are better than that. And I think it's finally time to do the Dwarf Cannon quest. And there is the cannon, amazing for training. Slayer cannonballs are finally affordable. Need some more money and nothing to see here. Just going to my favourite spoon spot. If a Berserker ring's worth 10 million, surely an Archer ring is worth the same. I'm going to leave it in. Step 3 on a clue. Need to do the quest to go in the lighthouse. What do you do? Jagex just knows how to make me do quests. It knows my weakness. You know what's going to happen if I do it, don't you? Is it the casket? Of course not. So the song is from My Arm's Big Adventure, and this is the requirements. The ones in red are the ones that I don't have. But that question was at least good practice because I've got a lot of quests and a lot of stats to level up because I want to get raid ready.
I got no rival. I'ma find my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Anytime or place, watch 'em run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no. I got no rival.
Oh, snag some god boots. And it's the bright white ones. Look at the whiteness on those bad boys. I'm like a kid on the first day back at school. And I've been training my Slayer with that cannon. 55 Slayer unlocks Broad Bolt. Dump the rest of my money into prayer because 70 prayer unlocks piety, which is huge. The huge upgrade I've been putting off until I had a decent prayer level. Even with 70 prayer, this is probably going to cost me about 500k. And that was painfully slow. So this is my final setup. A lot of leveling, a lot of quests needed this week to unlock. But finally I have the gear and I have the stats to do one of the best money makers in the entire game right now. Especially on a brand new game mode.
Deep in the dark, down on my knees, I've seen things that you wouldn't believe. I was lost until I found that I'm invincible. Nobody gon' bring me down.
Definitely need to tweak my setup for next week, but now that it's unlocked, the other massive item I want is the Fang. And imagine if I got lucky and even got a staff here. Nightmare Zone is just the best training spot. AFK, with overloads you have boosted stats, The hitboxes sold for loads, and so do the buckets of sand. They've just sold instantly, and that's 800,000 GP. As well as upgrades, I also want a backup plan. So this is Demon Slayer complete. And that's for helping the demon.
And if you keep me close, every minute in this hourglass you hold. Oh, oh, and when I fall too deep, leave me left and I'll wait to save me. A superhero in me.
So that is Edgar's Ruse unlocked. That means I can teleport to Trollheim, and I also now have access to the Arclight, which means I can kill Zami for the Zami Spear, which is a very good weapon at the Tombs of a Massacre. Just in case these upgrades aren't enough, I have that option. I had a clue in my bank, so I thought might as well do it, and this has to be the last step. Purple Sweet sell for a fortune. I don't think the Master Scroll book's going to sell at the minute. Just bought the Tomb of Water for 1.5 million GP. It's a lot, but there's no decent mage offhand right now, apart from this and a Tomb of Fire, which I can't afford just yet. But that's a nice +8 for me. That's the last of the god spells in the arena, so I can now do Mage Arena 2. This is the final boss, so that's all of the items I need. Yes, I would like to imbue my cape. +5 magic, +8 from the book before, so that's +13 on what I had before. And considering we're still wearing mystics, they're pretty huge. Anti-Venom finally sold on the GE, so here I am. We can finally do Zulra. The Toxic Blowpipe is 24 to 30 million GP at the minute, so there's no way I can buy it. I'm going to have to get it myself. Tanzanite Fang first kill? If that was Rex, he'd have dropped it. Just saying, Zulra. Over 100 kills now, still nothing yet, but I am making some good money. Gonna sell all of these items and hopefully get some decent upgrades. 7 million GP, all of that sold for. The items from Zulra are going for way more than the normal GE prices. So I bought myself an Amulet of Fury for 3 million GP, huge upgrade. Aram's Robe Top for 2 million GP, and I've just bought the Tomb of Fire. That takes my maximum hit from 25 all the way up to 31 using an Aram staff. So I can't afford any more upgrades, but I do want one more thing, and I know someone who's very generous with this item. Thanks, Rex. 5th Berserker in 201 kills. What a legend. And I already have the points to imbue this ring, so +8 strength, +13 extra magic from the items earlier, Aram's Robe Top as well, Fury +5 accuracy over the glory to everything, and Mage max hit increased as well. Sounds silly, but getting a rune pick is going to save me a couple of minutes every raid in the mining area of Tombs of a Massacre. I always like to show you the good money makers as I find them and come across them. At the start, crafting was crazy money. Since then, Herblore has become very profitable. And now it seems that Slayer is hugely profitable. Look at these prices. Trident, 7 to 8 million each. Darkbow, 10 million GP. Occult, 30 million. And don't forget, you can exchange this money for old school RuneScape main game money at a rate of about 5 or 6 to 1 at the moment. So that's 150 million GP for an occult. And how easy are they to get? 1.5 million GP for Dragon Boots. That's 7.5 million GP main game money. I can't do it. The only 2 upgrades left are Aram's Robe Skirt and Kirill's Top, neither of which I can afford right now, so I think it's time. Surely it's enough to get 2 kill trips at Zulra and do Tombs of a Massacre so much easier without having to go and get a Zami Spear.
I've been high. I've been high. Lately I've been Lately I've been high.
38 Tombs of a Massacre kills and still nothing. And someone's finally on the high scores. I was wondering when it was happened. I've not seen anyone here at all. But Dummer's there, it's 51 kills. Respect to him. Hopefully he's had some better luck than I have. Those 38 raids that I've done took about an hour each. So that is 38 hours dry at the Tombs of a Masket. And that is 200 Zulra kills. On average, there's a drop every 128. But not to be. This is most of the items I've got this week so far. As you can see, made loads of money. And this is my stats as well. I started this week in the low 70s. I'm now in the 80s. Just grinding out these raids and bosses. But it looks like Rex has taken all of my RNG. And there's not going to be an item this week, unfortunately. But this is why we love the game when you go on these dry streaks. It makes it so much better when you finally get an item. But it can't last forever. We'll keep going, see how we get on. The stats are going up, the kills are getting quicker, and I'm making a load of money at the same time.
To cut the head off the snake.
This Osrs, get in. Finally an item. This week I want to find a money maker that can make me money in the background while I'm doing other things, and if everything goes wrong I can at least make enough money to buy whatever I need. But first I have to edit last week's video, and I thought instead of training here this week at the Nightmare Zone, I'd go somewhere different and keep up a tradition that we've got of getting one item every single episode. Thanks Rex, same time next week. Sir helmet got from Zulra and the B-rings just sold. That's 9.5 million GP. Want to buy an upgrade? That's going to help a lot with the money makers I want to test. This is the last piece of Barrow's equipment I need. Kirill's top bought Arms Skate last week. So that is full Dareks, full Arms and full Kirills. Made up with all my gear apart from weapons, which is the thing I'm definitely lacking in. Another couple of million points AFK training at the Nightmare Zone. If only there wasn't a limit on the hair boxes, this would be awesome. So I came back here today for a blast from the past from episode 1 to buy some balls of wool, and even here there's now competition and other people buying them. But I think I've found a very good money maker. But whilst I'm here I've been meaning to get a granite shield for a while, which is a nice little upgrade when I go Dagneth Kings. 500 kills dry for a granite shield. I'm just going to put an offer in the GE and hopefully it'll buy. It's such a random item though, I can't see anyone selling one. So this is why I wanted the shield, plus 19 range defense from the little minions that attack you while you're in a Dagneth room, which means I'll be able to stay there much longer each trip. So the moneymaker I found I think will be very, very good. But as always, Jagex have found a way to make me do more quests, because it requires a quest to unlock it. But the problem is I need a ton of levels. I also need to create an alt and bond it up. I need to find a partner to do heroes quests with me, and Fresh Start Worlds is not very busy. So I don't even know if it'll be possible to find anyone at all.
I'm unstable and I'm unsteady. I've lost a million times already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down. I feel unable and so unworthy. My heart feels heavy. I've lost already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now.
Someone's just messaged me. Heroes. What an absolute legend this guy is. He's done heroes already, and he's came over to help me, not ask for any money, didn't even stick around to wait for a thank you or anything. Helped me out, went back fishing. What an absolute legend. And that is Heroes Quest complete. Really looking forward to trying out this moneymaker. You probably guessed it, but there it is, some charged Amulet of Glories. But of course, I don't actually want to charge them here. There's easier ways to get 4 charges on them, and 6 charges is going to sell for a lot more money. Surely there's no one PKing at the Fountain of Ruin on Fresh Start Worlds. Glory 4s are 150,000 profit for every inventory right now, and the charged Dragonstone jewellery scroll costs about 2k, so you literally get an inventory full, click on it, and you've made 125k. And the Amulet of Glory 6s make you about 12k each. One trip up to the Fountain of Ruin is 350,000 profit, and I swear these things sell lightning fast. I am making so much money right now. The cost of the blowpipe actually keeps going up. It's now 27 million GP. But the item that's probably better for me right now anyway is a Zami Spear. And for such a massive upgrade for one of the best money makers right now, the Tombstone Musket, 50.5 million is pretty reasonable, to be fair. The only question is what's going to be faster, to get the spear myself or to do some other money makers and just buy it. Well, that's about to kill than my first one. Only used about 5 pieces of food. Done a few kills now, it seems. That's 1 to 2 kill trips. Having low defense against a very hard hitting boss like this, not ideal. So 1 to 2 kill trips with the kill count getting in here, it's going to take quite a long time. I can definitely make the money just to buy it quicker than that. We've upgraded to include Ring of Wealth right now. These things sell so quick, I need to come back every so often. So the plan is to do some bosses that I've unlocked in previous episodes. Hopefully I'll get lucky on an item such as the Blowpipe or Archer's Ring, which still hold a very, very high price. And after each trip, come back, charge some glories, put them on a G, and make enough money for what will be a huge upgrade.
With their nails done now.
It may have been unlucky last week, but this week things have definitely turned around. I have been extremely lucky on the drops this week. There's only one slight problem with my plan. I've put in above what the wiki says the price should be, and it's still not buying. I did actually think it was cheap considering the items you can get from Tomb of the Masquer and how big this item was, but it now looks like I'm gonna have to go get it myself anyway after all of that.
Give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty.
Oh, get in! Get in! I can't even tell you how hyped I am about that weapon. That is just such a huge upgrade. That's just massive. So I now have 16 million GP that I have no idea what to spend on. A whip is 5 million, which is a pretty big upgrade. There's not much use for Tombs or a Masket, maybe on the core, but nothing major. I don't wear melee boots, so dragon boots are pretty pointless. Regent bracelet is such a minor upgrade, and I'm probably going to get rune gloves at some point anyway. I think it's only right I give this guy a little bit. This guy who helped me earlier. He hasn't asked me for anything, by the way. He just happened to be at the GE. Just need to do the Barbarian training so I can change my spear into a Hastet, so I can also use my Dragon Defender with it too. What a random item to go dry on this week. Chewed bones needed for the training. 66 kills that took me. It took me hours to get them. The week I'm having, I wouldn't be surprised if a Dragon Full Helm popped in my inventory now. So to complete the training, apparently, I have to complete a quest first. They've done me again, haven't they? Quest reward got me an attack level, which takes me to 82, which means there's just one tiny thing missing from actually wielding a fang. You know, if that was actually true and I could change spears into Hasters and make 25 million, that would be the best money maker ever. The final part of training. And this is why I'm so hyped about this weapon. The Keras has plus 58 stab and plus 45 strength. And the Zami Spear has plus 85 attack and plus 75 strength. That's just a ridiculous upgrade. That's going to save me so much time at the Tombs of a Masket. So the only thing I can think of that I want to spend my money on is a Trident. It's a slight DPS loss until I get more levels, but I can upgrade it later to a Toxic Trident, and it also means I can change the Ancients and Barrage in the room before Baba. So overall, it is an upgrade for me. And these are the setups so much different to the first time that I did this. Let's see how much time this one upgrade saves me. The raids previously have been between 50 minutes and an hour, the best being just over 50 minutes, and I'm so curious as to what this is going to be. 42 minutes, 8 minutes faster than my faster time, probably a good 10 minute save on average overall. And can I be lucky? Is this the one? It's going to happen at some point. It can't last forever. Oh, it's an awful chest. So this is my bank and everything that I have. It's worth 46.1 million GP. Now the bonds that I did have in there from the first few episodes, I've decided to use them as membership. So this is everything that I have. The current rate is 3.5 to 1. So if I wanted to sell my money on this game mode for main game money, that 46 million would actually be worth 161 million GP. Made up with the progress we made this week, and these are my stats as well as the drops that I got. As you can see, I've been very, very lucky. Apart from Mithril Dragons and Dagon the Prime, pretty much everything else that I went to, I got drops from. Now, last week we got a Zami Spear, which is a massive upgrade for the Tombs of Amaska, but so far it's been 40 hours dry there, and every hour that I go dry, more players are farming other bosses and are starting to catch up to me. There will come a point if I don't get anything where I have to move on.
Is this what giving up feels like? I don't know. I don't know. Tell me, have I lost my mind? So I break these walls and hold my head up high, and I step my ground until the day I die. As the rain falls down, there's no more tears to cry, tears to cry. So I break these walls and hold my head up high. No, I'm not giving in. No, I'm not giving in.
It's purple! Finally a purple! Before I open the chest, there's just one thing I want to do. I'm going to look like a right idiot if this is a ring or a ward now, aren't I? If you've been watching the series so far, you know I absolutely want a fang. The staff is a 1 in 24, would end the series right now. The last staff sold for 3.5 billion GP. Anything other than a ring or a ward, I will take, and a fang would be amazing. Chest, I'll take that. I will take that. Big, big upgrade. I just spoke to someone I've been speaking to, AC Supply, since the start of Fresh Start Worlds. Managed to ruin the next video for him, sorry mate. And his clan is absolutely smashing at Fresh Start Worlds. And he said the last chest sold for 100 million GP. And I think that's probably the lowest I'd sell it for, otherwise I'll keep it. I'm going to put it in for 100 million GP every night when I log off. And if it sells, it sells. And if it doesn't, I'll use it the next day for whatever I'm using it for. Did it sell? Nope. Nope. I don't think anyone really expects there to be any to buy at the minute anyway. There's so few people that can do Tombs of Amaska at the minute. So I want to do a recipe for disaster for the dragon gloves. I can't get the barrows ones just yet. I don't have enough quest points. But if I can get the dragon, that's a nice little upgrade. But of course, loads of skills needed, loads of sub-quests. And it's one of the longest quests in the game. Before I start skill, I might as well grab myself a kitten so it's a cat by the time I need it later. Need a +5 cooking boost to be able to do this, and I've only got enough for 3 stews. That's the last one I can do. 138 quest points, as you can see. The last part of this requires 175 quest points, and apart from Romeo and Juliet, I've done most quests that give you more than 1 quest point. So I'll finish this off later for the Barrow's Gloves once I get a few more quests done. Might not seem like the biggest upgrade, but it gives me +3 strength over the combat bracelet and +2 on every skill. So +2 magic, +2 range, +2 in all 3 melee attacks. So really, really nice little upgrade. And I just remembered, actually, the most expensive Barrow's piece at the minute is the Kirill's leather top. So that's over 5 million GP I'm going to get back off this. My plan is to go back to Zora, mainly because I need 2 of the 4 items. In the staff or the blowpipe, both would be massive upgrades, probably save me 5 minutes each on each Tomb of a Mascot run. So if I can get one, it's well worth the time invested. Just need a little bit of luck. So about that Zora trip, seems to be a little bit of an issue. Finally back, hopefully that also reset my Zulra RNG. I've been spotted. You think if I hide the top he won't notice? Or is it too late? Just having a break from Zulra. Thought I'd come and try the range method at Bando. It's going to be a 1-kill trip. If it were all bruised and restored, probably 3 to 4 kills. Which isn't bad, but the items are only 20 million each. Cheeky little level 84 magic coming in. Zulra's still being a little snake, so I'm going to get myself an upgrade through Slayer. I need 750 points. I've only got 100, so yeah, it's going to take a while. I'm going to buy myself a whip, and I'm only interested in the points, so I'm going to do tutorial tasks until I get to the 10th task, where you get extra points, and then I'm going to do one from Kona. And I'm also bringing my cannon, which is somewhat overkill for the tasks I'll be doing. If the task coming up, which means you get even more points, and hopefully something nice. That's quite a good one. 270 points, that's up to 638 now, only 112 to go. Some great range experience using the cannon, level 86. This will be my 60th task and the last one. Anything but metal dragons, that's about as good as it gets. All the points I need, but I thought whilst I'm here, I have 6 keys from those tasks I've done. Did we get lucky? Coal's very expensive in Fresh Start World, that's not bad. 750 points for a room pouch. That's going to let me take an extra few food to Zulra, as well as taking the 2 salts and the liquid adrenaline from the first Healthful Spirit in the Tombs of Amaska without worrying about prayer flicking or saving supplies or anything like that. It just makes it so much easier. I already have the thread from the Tombs of Amaska to make this into a 4-slot pouch, but it does require 75 crafting, although you can boost, so I'm going to get 70 crafting and get some more stews. And that is level 60. Typically, I mentioned glories in the last episode, and now loads of people are doing them, taking the profit out of them. So while I'm at the G, I've just been testing a few different things, and actually buying the half keys and making them into keys and then opening the chest seems like it's going to be decent money. This is all my loot from 8 keys. Seems to have made about 100k. That's not bad for a couple of minutes work. And there is my Divine Room pouch. Accidentally bought my Hellcat to Zulra. Wonder if the Hellcat can catch those little snakelings for me. This is the guy robbing all the Zulra RNG. 2 Visage, 2 Tanzanite Fangs, 2 Magic Fangs in 250 kills. And the Jari's just said, now you're just taking the piss. Visage. Hey, it's money. Not what I want, but it's money. Onyx. Just give me a fang, please. Onyx just instant sold for 2.9 mil. And Visage is sold as well, 4.5 million. Magic Fang is about 19 million. Tanzanite Fang about 23.5 million. Between the two, the Blowpipe is the more important for me by far. And I've been selling off all the excess stuff I don't need in my bank, and it looks like I'm going to end up with about 15 million. So still 8 to 9 million short. So rather than spend a few more days trying to grind down Zulra for one of the items, I've decided just to buy some upgrades with the money that I've got. And I finally bit the bullet and bought the Dragon Boots for 1.5 million. Archering is 8 million, but plus 8 to accuracy is a very nice upgrade. Not a massive upgrade, but for 500,000 GP, what a little bargain. Infinity Boots plus 5 magic. This is my bank at the moment, 50.5 million. It doesn't include the top, which is selling on a G at the moment for 100 million. So 150 million if that did sell for 100 million, which is pretty huge considering the rate is now 3-1. That is 450 million I could trade this in for main game money for. So definitely getting there. And last week I said it's time to concentrate on the Tombs of a Masker and those big items. But actually the two upgrades I really wanted I can get in a different way, but it means selling my top. One of the traders has just offered me 50 million. I said I'll take 60, even that hurts a little bit. But it means so many massive upgrades, it's more important than the top right now. So main game money, that's worth about 180 million and the top's about 150, so it's not a great price. But I just have to do it. First purchase, Magic Fang, 16 million, gives me a +3 max hit. Pretty huge. Blowpipe, just under 24 million, one of the best items in the game. Not massive for Tombs of a Masker, admittedly, but still a great item. I would love to be able to do expert mode. The difference in raid levels as you go up levels makes a massive difference to how often you get a purple. And when you get to 300, it goes up to 1 in 23 chance. Now, I don't have the levels yet to be able to do that, but I am getting better gear, so I'm going to try and at least add a few invocations on and make it a little bit higher. The dream will be 300 and getting those drops really, really often. First kill, new personal best. That's what I like to see with the new gear. Lucky number 56. I never liked that number. Another upgrade that I'd really like is the Odium Ward, third best shield in the game. Now the Odium Shard 2, which is from the Crazy Archaeologist, has bought instantly, but the other shards from Scorpion and the Chaos Fanatic, I'm not 100% sure how easily they will buy in this game mode, but I'll put it in there and hopefully we'll get them at some point. Lucky number 61. That is range level 88. Pretty sure about the last 8 levels are just from doing Tombs of a Masker. So I've just noticed on the track it's saying blood shards are selling for 5 million GP each, which will last about 50, 60, 70 raids. But look at this bad boy. Tombs of a Masker easy mode, here we come. First purple with the necklace. Maybe not. I need to get the Sea Engineer Never Lucky plugin. Just logged in for the day and both Odium shards have bought. Not expecting that at all. Thought it was going to take a lot longer. And that is the shield. All the way in Deep Wilderness to not really risk anything. So the Odium Ward is a +4 range strength upgrade over the Black D Hide shield, as well as +5 range attack, which is the same range strength increase as the Missouri top. Got a new AFK training spot just at the God Wars dungeon in the wilderness. Get a few keys. As whilst I love Tombs of a Masker, after about 40 white chests, I start to love it a little bit less and just need a break. As you know, last episode I only got Dragon Gloves because to get the Barrows Gloves you need 175 quest points and I only have 138. No, it was me!
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done.
Final quest complete, which means after 7,349,217 quests, I can get Barrows Gloves. Small things in this game, isn't it? But why does that feel like such a massive upgrade? 82 chests, still only 1 purple. This is the 88th chest. Oh, I've got a gem. The red one, unfortunately, the only one I'd really use would be the yellow one, which gives you extra heals in the raid. Finally! Another purple! Come on. I just want a thank. That's all I want. Nothing else. Not even a staff. You can keep your staff. Just a thank. Please, Jagger, give me a fang. I swear I will never say anything bad about the game ever, 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 ever again. Ever. Promise. Till tomorrow. I mean, ever. Come on. Come on. Come on. Bottoms. You know I can't complain. The bottoms is nice. I was so torn. It's a good upgrade. It's worth a load of money. I want the thank. Just the thank. +2 range strength and +10 range accuracy. You think an Armadillo crossbow is only +10 range accuracy over my rune crossbow and no range strength? It's a pretty massive upgrade, to be fair. And the back-to-back. It's funny, I don't feel so bad now, once you've had one purple. And this is the 100th chest. Is it a lucky 100? Not today. This guy wants to buy my shield. He's like level 80 or something. I just put 20 in the chores. He's got enough money. You can tell by what he's wearing. Oh, he said it's okay to 20. 20 million for my shield. I know I only paid 6 for it, but I couldn't be bothered getting all the pieces again for 15. Guess I'll buy it back for 6 mil for that over a couple of days. Thomas Dirt has just said he was going to yoink my sale. I wonder if he'll let me buy it back off him cheaper. Oh, he did. Oh, that's the easiest 5 mil I'll ever make. He knows. He knows what I've just done. Still no luck. I got 40 mining to come to the Tombs of Amascut with, and I haven't trained it since other than in this raid, and that is 54 mining purely from Tombs of Amascut. Lucky number 113. Okay, break time from Tombs of Amascut. Gonna do some Kriera. I've only got 80 defense, so I'm going to use Rune Crossbow and Ruby Bolts, just so I can have a shield and hopefully last a little bit longer. Kill number 1, not too bad. Use just about half the supplies. Hopefully get another kill in there. As you can see, got another frozen piece. That's 3 of the pieces I've got out of the 4, just in case I get someone later that wants to go to next as well. So 2 kill tripper armor, not too bad. But use about 300k supplies. Kill number 125. We are on another dry streak. Oh, yellow Jewel of the Sun. It's massive, you know. That's the jewel that lets you heal for 50 prayer points, full health. So if you imagine a brew heals you for around 60 health, and a 4-dose prayer pot restores about 100 prayer points right now. So that's 2 full heals for the same inventory spot as a brew which heals about 60. I'll have to wait and see, but that could be a game changer. There it is, Kera's Partisan of the Sun. I'm definitely going to go for the expert mode and see if I can do it. But first, there's just one little thing I've got to do. That is 127 chests, still nothing. Should have had 3 items on average by now, but you win some, you lose some. But more importantly, that puts me #1 spot on Tombs of Amascut. Competition for it, so anything after today doesn't count. True story. So I'm just going to have a play around, see which I think is best, try and find the ones that are going to use the least supplies for me, because it's definitely going to drain my supplies. But as you can see by my inventory, I can now just go with a ton of prayer potions. And the difference is huge. So a level 205 raid, as you can see, 2.5% chance of getting an item. So 1 in 40 chance of a purple. But at level 300 with the 2 paths I'm thinking about putting on, which is Path Seeker and Walk the Path, give you a 4.3% chance. That's a 1 in 23, which is such a big difference. So if I can increase that chance, massive, massive. What can I? Stupid mistake at the end. But I had 1 potion left, only 50 prayer. But you don't really use much in that last phase because it's pretty much all avoidable apart from a tiny bit of damage. I'm definitely going to need a Blood Fury for this, and mine's just running out now, so I'm going to get another one.
Even now, you're coming up to me, fire lighting up the sky. Feel the ground shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. watch 'em run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival, watch 'em run away. I got no, I got no rival.
Get in. You personal best, 61 minutes. Here's my first run. Come on, cut me some slack. Every time you increase the raid level, it also increases the health of everything, the damage of everything, the defense of everything, so it always increases your time as well. Am I going to get rewarded for my first expert mode? That is the question. Nope. But we can do them. That's the main thing. 1 in 23 chance. Game changer, surely. This is my bank now, 265 million GP it's worth. Obviously a lot more in 07 money, but some of that is the Missouri bottoms, which are not going to be worth 4 times the rate currently, but still a lot of money in there. Level 90 strength, level 92 range, 85 magic, 87 attack. We can do Tombs of a Masker expert mode. The stats are coming along, the gear's coming along. There's just one thing missing.
Dear Santa, for Christmas here, I would like all the thingy. Thank.
Oh, fun, baby! Had a hard clue from the Dad King, so I thought I'd do it. Pages are worth quite a lot at the minute, and the shield for clues. The shield is needed to do clue scrolls, and I know I couldn't buy one, so I put it in for 1 million. Very hopeful, but you never know. Rex sorting me out as always. Thought I'd come in at AFK here while I'm editing. Nice little 4.5 mil. No matter what happens in this series, Rex is MVP. Not only is the Fang a massive upgrade, but I can sell my Hasta for 22 million GP as well. So this guy's got 3 Missouri tops and no bottoms, so he wants to swap my bottoms for his top. I'm going to give him 15 million extra as well because the top's more expensive. I actually get a slightly better deal than him, but it works for him because it's easy to sell sets. I could just send Tombs of a Masker until I make enough money for this challenge, but that'd be boring. I've got a Fang and I just want to have some fun with it. Come over to Shazian, there's another item that I want to get, so I need to get my reputation up here. Tested the Fang out on loads of different things, it's doing loads of damage, but I'm also taking loads of damage too. Derek's Talisman, that's going to make it a lot easier travelling around Core End. My first mass event with the clan, going to do a load of God Wars dungeon, mainly to get keys to eventually do next, that's the main goal. That's going to be the last kill, no drops of armour unfortunately, but going to go Bandos next, hopefully we'll have some better luck there.
Oh, Bandos boots, bro.
Congrats. Nice.
That sucks.
Oh.
Just the boots that trip, just trying to get this last kill. There's only a few of us left and I'm not in tank gear, so I'm trying my best. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to leave in a minute. Yep. 2 of my combat stats are starting to fall behind the others, and there's a great training method for both of them, but it means completing Monkey Madness too, and I have not many of the requirements. So I'm going to start with thieving, and hopefully I might even get lucky by doing it at the pyramid and get myself a scepter, which I haven't been buying on the GE. No scepter unfortunately, but that is 55 thieving. I left this last night for the mass, so just finishing off my Shazian reputation, and that is 100%. This is the last piece of armour that I need from Shazian, and that means I can potentially get another item. Lizardman Shaman dropped the Dragon Warhammer, 1 in 5,000. That's an amazing spec weapon that lowers the defense of many bosses. It would be a massive item. So every now and again, I'm just going to come and do an hour and just hope I get lucky at some point. I'm going to do a lot of bossing this week. So on the right hand side, you'll see my loot tracker, which shows everything that I've got so far. For all the kills I've done this week so far, just the Bandos boots. Next skill I want to train up for Monkey Madness is Slayer, and first task, Greater Demons. That means I can actually do Zami on that task. Black Mask is going to help a ton on the Slayer tasks, especially this one. I'm hitting really well, but I'm getting loads of damage. Only 3 kill trip, unfortunately, so going to have to do normal Greater Demons. Level 62 Slayer, do need 69 for Monkey Madness too, but getting there. Big strength level 91 strength. I just got Black Dragons, might as well go kill the KBD. All 13 kills in one trip, but only just. Wasn't the dogs here? I bet this update was ages ago and I just haven't been here. Let me know when this changed, I'm so curious. There was always 3 dogs here and they were a pain in the... Now that's the task I wanted, Dagonoth Kings with a Black Mask. It should be enough damage to solo all 3, which I don't think anyone else can do right now, or certainly no one is doing right now. So as you can see, killing all 3, this could be an amazing moneymaker, because the rings are still worth a fortune. Nothing the first trip, but killed almost 100 in 45 minutes, and that works out at around a ring every hour, plus you get loads of other items and the exchange rate is still 2 to 1. Second trip and only a warrior's ring. Well, that's a horrible task. I think I might as well do a quest. I think it's the Roving Elves quest to get the crystals to be able to teleport over there, since I'm going that way anyway. Roving Elves complete, and to be honest with you, the Crystal Shield is a pretty huge upgrade. I'm not going to complete this quest, I'm just starting it so I can get the Crystal Teleport Seed. I might be the only one in the whole of RuneScape that does the troll task here, but this is multi-combat and the cannon hits them all, so I find it quite good XP. Another Dagonoth task, that's what I like to see. Archer's Ring. Don't know why, but I've had loads of axes in my bank for a while thinking they're not worth a lot of money, but the tracker's saying over 400k each and it's right. Look, 2.2 mil. Just showing one of my clanmates how to do the Dagonoth Kings, and this is the last kill I need. This is 69 Slayer, which is the level needed for the quest. Don't have to do any more Slayer, but just came over to get a task to see what it was, and Greater Demons means I can leave that until I have higher defense now and do Zami later. Enlightened Journey is the next quest I need to do for Monkey Madness 2. I need 30 farming, I only have 27, but I do have a couple of spicy stews. They boost your farming level by up to 5 levels. Finally the boost. You can't believe how many that took just to get a +3 boost. Forgot to sell the Archer's Ring before, so there it is, 10 million GP. This is Client of Koren complete. The reason I'm doing this quest is because I'm only level 9 Hunter, and the next skill I need to level is level 60 Hunter, and there's no way on earth I'm setting one trap at a time. That's the Ascent of Arceus, and that is 1500 Hunter as well. Always forget about these, but the guy upstairs in the Varric Museum gives you a few lamps every now and again when you complete quests. This is Fossil Island complete, so I now have access to the whole area. When I first started this challenge, I didn't think for a minute I would be training every single skill because I wanted to go bossing, let alone have 180 quest points and now be doing birdhouse runs. That's level 65 making, and I've been doing birdhouse runs in the background whilst I've been getting my fire making up, training both skills at once. That's the last pre-quest needed for Monkey Madness 2, just got 2 things left to do now. I've just unlocked the Gnome Stronghold balloon route, that means the last thing left is just the 60 Hunter. Only 2 traps, so whilst I'm here, brought some arrows just to fletch, you know, gaming. Level 40 fletching. That's level 40 Hunter, 3 more levels and I can go somewhere else. Falconry's a bit more click intensive, but with 17 levels to go, the more XP the better. Total level of 1400 as well, and completely dwarfed by the fact that someone's just got 97 range at the same time in the chat. Stealing my thunder. Monkey Madness 2 complete, massive. That unlocks one of the best training spots in the whole game. We've got a decent cash stack from the Dad Kings. Going to put a lot of money into this training. Going to buy a cult 16 million GP. They are now quite pricey. I'm going to spend about 15 million GP on runes. Apologies for the massive amount of writing on the screen right now. That's my first level 88 magic. I started this with 87 magic and 82 defense. I am training on defensive and I brought enough runes for 10,000 casts. Yes, we're going to be here a while. This is going to be the last level I get. Level 85 defense. I'm also level 90 magic. So 3 levels in both, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you go bossing, just a few levels make a massive difference. Monkey Madness 2 also unlocked another moneymaker. You can get the blister parts here, but also the Zenite charge, the main drop that they have, is still worth 20 million GP. Blister Spring is not going to be one of the better items that I can get, but the game's valuing it at 5 million GP, so I might just chuck that in Death's coffer. Zenite shard, nice, 20 mil, and it's only early. I think I'm about 120 kills in. It's a 1 in 300. Dagonoth Kings without a Slayer task, done it no problem whatsoever, so this is one of the best money makers out there right now unlocked. About 110 to 120 kills per hour, and each ring is a 1 in 128. Second trip complete, nothing to show for it, but I'm just absolutely destroying these now. Third trip complete, not the items I'm looking for, but 2 axes and a warrior ring, so not terrible. Yes, Rex. It would be Rex to break the dry streak, wouldn't it? Another archer's ring, no purple beam. Gone down to 8.3 million, it says. Rex. He's like the nice brother. The other two are the mean ones. Nice little dragon axe. Another clan event going to Corp this time. We don't think anyone's got a sigil yet, so it'd be nice to be the first.
Wow. Again, this guy's gotten so many of these. Wow.
Here's all my rings sold from earlier. Just bought myself another blood shard, but getting a nice little cash stack together now. Back to expert mode, the Tombs of a Masket. Still want to do this. The items are still worth a fortune, especially the Fang and the Staff. But with my Fang, it should be faster and much easier now. 55 minutes, that's about 7 minutes faster than the last one I think it was. And I forgot to bring my runes for the burst spells like an idiot, so it'll definitely be faster than the next one. 48 minutes, that's a big difference. Come on, Purple. Last one I'm going to do, and then I'm off to another mass. Still no Purple. That's not a bad chest though. Definitely more Fangs today. I was getting a lot of drop yesterday. There was only, I think, 2 of us with a Fang. And I seem to get all the Onyx drops. I offered to share, but they're only splitting uniques. So just test bought 1,000 poison adamant arrows. These sell for a lot cheaper than normal adamant arrows. So just need some rum from the shop. Put it on the silk. And then when you use that on the arrows, it takes the poison off them. So those arrows are now worth 28 GP more. Not a lot for the amount of arrows I bought, but if I can buy a lot of them, a nice little passive money maker that I can do. So I've been secretly doing a little bit of agility every now and again when I get 15 minutes spare. Just do a few laps. I can't do a lot of agility. Not my favourite skill. But this is now level 70 agility, which is actually pretty big. My first Sarah trip and no item, unfortunately. Unless I get one now. Nope, no item. But I do have the last piece of the frozen key. So now I'm next ready. And the clan I'm in is ready to go as soon as enough people can do it, and those items will be really sought after and will be worth a fortune. One of my clan mates was asking for people to do Zami. I've got it as a task, so I thought might as well. He's got it as a task as well. He's only combat level 99, but 2 of us should be okay, I think. Got 4 God Sword shards, but no other items, but did do about 30 kills a trip, which is such a massive difference to the 3 kills I was doing as a solo. Wow, someone in the clan has just got another twisted bow. That's the second one we've got. There weren't any in the game until today, and 2 people in our clan have got one today. This is my bank now, 490 million GP. The exchange rate is just under 2 to 1. It's about 1.9 to 1. Obviously, that bank of 490 million is worth more in 07. The Fang alone is worth about 350 million, so I'm probably not actually far off the 1 bill mark. But of course, I'll only know exactly where I am once I transfer it over. And these are my stats. So far, a lot of the progress has been about getting specific items or unlocking content or getting certain stats, whereas now I think I've unlocked most things, I've got the stats that I want and most of the gear that I want. It's pretty much just about making that money. So next episode should be a big one. So when the McLarens agreed to pay 200 million for the Fang that I've just got, or 198 apparently, and a cod sword blade. So that's pretty much 200 million GP for the Fang. My plan this episode is to convert some cash over from the Fresh Start Worlds over to 07. Now the rate is currently 1.5 to 1.6. What that means is for every million GP on Fresh Start Worlds, I get about 1.5 to 1.6 million GP on 07. So I've just traded most of that money over for the Fang at a rate of 1.5, which gives me 295 million GP on 07 towards the challenge of trying to make 2.147 billion before the end of Fresh Start Worlds. I almost forgot you always have to go for the back-to-back. No back-to-back today. My plan was always to get a high level account that can go bossing and get some of the best items in the game and most valuable items before they dropped in price. I have high magic, strength, attack, defense and range, so this week as long as RNG is not against me I should in theory make tons of money. What a massive difference just a few weeks makes on this account. 1 food used and almost a minute quicker. Got a plan for a massive upgrade that's going to help me with some bosses and that requires doing a bit of Slayer. Slayer Helm unlocked, that's going to be absolutely huge. And I'm only 20 Slayer tasks away from doing the 100th task, which gives me a ton of points. So I can do some Slayer tasks, and if I get a boss task, I can now do it with a Slayer Helm, 15% extra damage, which is so huge it probably doubles the amount of kills you can do when soloing bosses. Few players in the clan are going Bandos have been invited. Every item there is worth a lot right now, between 30 and 50 million GP. Apart from the boots, of course, anything else would be amazing. Oh, Hilt, get in there. Nice. I think the BGS about 50 mil at the minute. Bando's boots, not the one you want. This is going to be the last kill if we get it. I'm going to have to go. Hopefully Ragga can get it. Not too bad, the trip, Hilt and Bando's boots. Next boss we're going to do is Zami. The spear is 22 million and it's only a 1 in 128, so quite a common drop. The hilt is about 25 million and the staff is the big one, about 50 million GP. DJ just got a staff, 3-way split on a staff, another 50 million drop. This is the beauty about being in a good clan. I'm at an altar event where you can go to the wilderness altar and offer bones, and a few of the guys there will just protect you while you do it. Just amazing. That's going to be my last level, level 74 prayer. So I plan to do more God Wars Dungeon, it's great money, as well as a couple of other things. However, as you know from previous episodes, the prices of the rings from the DKs is just crazy. So I thought, why don't I try a day killing DKs to see just how much you can make in this game mode.
Come on, get that money. 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 I don't come the money. 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 Do it all for money.
So I did the Dagonoth Kings all day and I got 4 Berserkers from 500 Rex kills worth 20 mil, 3 Seers rings from Prime worth 9 mil, and the big one, the one that I didn't want to go dry on, I only got 1 Archer ring, typically, which was worth 12 million. I also got 7 Dragon Axes, which has the same drop rate, and if that had been reversed and I'd got 7 Archer rings instead of 7 Axes, I'd have made an extra 72 million GP. BGS is just sold for 50 million GP. And that's the last payment out to the guys, 16 million each. And this is my junk tab, cleared about half of it, which is worth another 16.6 million. This has just been accruing over quite a while. Back in Tombs of a Massacre, any luck? I'm going to move on for this. I do love Tombs of a Massacre though, but it's going to be the last few ones I do. We're going to be doing some completely different stuff for the rest of the challenge. This is my last ever Tombs of a Massacre chest. No big send-off, unfortunately. And the Staff of the Dead is sold, so this is my split. Okay, I couldn't resist. This is definitely my last one. What? It was late. There was nothing else to do. So the Missouri body has dropped almost 20 million in a couple of days on the main game. So the fact that this has dropped 20 million means it's going to affect the Fresh Start World price, but it hasn't yet. So I've put my Missouri body in the GE for the last couple of days and it's finally sold. Selling off some of that gold from the Missouri body, and this person wants to do small trades. Wasn't really expecting them to be 1 million GP at a time, but let's hope they're not buying all 100 million GP. They bought 19 million in total, so that's 327 million GP on the 07 account now. Whilst this challenge is just to make 2.147 billion GP, I would love to go out with a bang, and one way to do that would be from a world first. Now there's only a few of these left, because we're almost 3 months into Fresh Start Worlds, but there are a few, and I intend to try and get one. So the first thing I need is the Dragon Warhammer, and I'm definitely going to need a higher construction level. Another gold buyer, he's paying 1.6 or 160 million GP on 07 for my 100 million Fresh Start World GP. And that's now 487 million GP on the main game. Level 50 construction. Wow, someone's just got 3rd age plate legs on Fresh Start World. How crazy is that? Level 60 construction. Do I need a +5 boost? And you can get that from Spicy Stews. I need 65 to build the room and also 65 to build a restoration pool. So I have to build a room and quickly build a pool before my stat drops from 65 to 64. Otherwise, I'll have to get another boost. No, you... Yes, the pool. That restores my special attack energy, which means I can use my special attack, teleport to my house, and get 100% back instantly. So you know how much I love my Fang and how much effort I put into getting it. But someone's offered 50 million more than the current price, and there's a lot of interest in Fangs at the moment, so they are going up a little bit, but not by 50 million GP, and I just can't turn it down. I'm not even sure I'm going to buy it back later because everything I want to do right now doesn't really require the Fang. Need a couple of items to buy in the G that I'm going to need to go for this world first, so in the meantime, thought I'll run a few Barrows trips, why not? Got a little bit of time. Torag's plate body, nice. And just got Kirill's leather top as well, and instantly someone in the clan wants to buy it. And we look after each other, so it's about 4.5 million at the minute, but he's going to have it for 4 million. Thank you, sir. A big thing that I want to try and do this week as well is get Nex ready. There's 14 players in our clan ready for Nex. Once we get a few more, I think we're going to send it, so I need to get my gear ready. And I'm just waiting for Chins to buy in the G. Just traded a little bit more money over now, 487 million on the main game. I only sold the BGS a couple of days ago for 50 million, but they're not buying on the G, so I just have to pay 60 million if I want one, and I need one for what I'm going to do. That's 100 Slayer tasks complete, so I've got 550 points, which is hopefully going to help me go for the last item that I need to get together. Yes, Greater Demons. I had to cancel a few tasks, but we got there, and now I just need to get a Zami Spear drop. Staff of the Dead. It's not the item I want, but I will take it. AC1 wants to buy 180 million off me. I'm just going to leave a little bit of money for anything that I need on the account. This is the last trade. That now puts 827 million on my 07 account, and I still have about 300 million worth of gear on the Fresh Start one. DJ's come along to try and help me get the Zami Spear. We've done a couple of runs before. We get about 30 kill trips, whereas as a solo I only get about 5 to 10 kills depending on food drops. Spear, get in, that's what we needed. They're just not buying on the G. I've had an offer in now for a few days. Finally do what I wanted to do. So the Spear's worth about 22, so I'm just going to give DJ 11 and I'm going to keep the Spear. You probably know what I'm going to do with this, but it's the Corp, and I have everything I need. I can now Dragon Warhammer its defense down. I then use the Dark Light to reduce its attack and strength, and then finally the BGS to reduce its magic, turning it to just a big chicken really, with a lot of health. First kill, the kill doesn't take long, it's the draining of the stats that takes a while. So there isn't a single sigil in the whole game right now. There's only one spirit shield and one blessed spirit shield. The spectral is a 1 in 1,365, as is the arcane, and the Elysian is 1 in 4,095, which of course is the big one. So up to 73 kills, and I'm going to enlist some help. The DJ's coming over again to save me and hopefully help me with these kills. Oh, I can't even say how much quicker that is. Not having to spend so much time draining the corpse stats. Oh, such a difference. Staff of the Dead's just sold 38 million GP. Very, very nice. I rolled a little bit more help now. Avina and Crew are coming to help me. And Crew's got a Dragon Warhammer, so 2 of us hitting Dragon Warhammer specs. Gonna absolutely obliterate corpse defense. Hey, Onyx drops. Finally, something. We are so dry on this boss. I mean, I'm literally up to the holy Alexa drop rate. And I've not even had a normal spirit shield. Another 35 million moved over from that Staff of the Dead money. First 99 on the account. Wouldn't normally count hit points, but you know, first 99. Bit of a break from corpse. I'm going to finish off my Zami task with Crew. No, another Staff of the Dead. What is this boss? Honestly, this is fast rivaling Rex for my favourite boss of the series. Ah, another spear. I mean, Rex who? Who's this Rex guy? More Onyx bolts. Money, I guess. Another court run, 183 kills now in total. And still not even a normal spirit shield. 1 in 60, that is. Latest Staff of the Dead sold 35 million. They do take a while to sell these things. That's the only downside. Finally bought some chins on the GE so I can finally do a decent amount of Creera kills. So just using a drop trick, I don't know if anyone else does this, but what I do is I die in the corner here deliberately with a completely full inventory of brews and restores without all your switches and things. Gear up, teleport back to Trollheim, drop 2 brews on the floor, teleport to bank, pick up another couple of brews, come back. That gives me a completely full inventory. I have a whole inventory of supplies on the floor spare. It means I get about an extra 7 or 8 brews than you would do normally just doing the trips. Nothing this trip, sadly. Just got another Slayer task. Was hoping for armor, but I've got a Dad King, so not too bad. 2 B rings this trip. I take it all back, Rex. I was just messing before. And an Archer's ring. That feels like a little bit of justice for the full day where I only got 1. And that is all my Slayer points gone. Well, that was an epic fail, I've got to be honest. Someone in the GE was being spamming the world's greatest ever drop party, so I wouldn't normally come, but why not? Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, that's not looking like the world's greatest ever drop party, is it? 1 clay. That's all I got. 1 clay. That's it. I'm not putting it back in the chest. I'm keeping it. You're not having my clay. I need an orbital crossbow for next, so that's why I'm here. Don't normally do this boss a lot. I've got to be honest, the kills are quite slow. You can do quite a few here, to be fair. But 1 in 512 drop rate means you can go dry for so long. It's going to be my last kill, second trip. Nothing the second. Oh, there is something. It's not the crossbow, but a hilt. We'll take that. We will take that. Another trip, still no armor piece. SGS has just sold 24.5 million, not the most sought after item in Fresh Start Worlds, but still a nice little amount. So I wasn't expecting to go to next at all, but a load of the top players are going to go to next, and they've asked me to go with them. Still Swap's going to collab me a Armadillo crossbow. What that means is I give him the price of the crossbow, and then after I finish, I just trade it back and he gives me the money back, just so I can use it for now. So they want a trio, but I don't have the gear. I've been selling most of my money, as you know, but to be fair, they do. So we'll have a go. Last 3 would I think we're good? Yes. My god, how many achievements is that? I think I just got Grandmaster in 1 kill. No, they just got crossbow without me. Oh, I was getting kill count. No. Oh, that is so harsh. At least there's a few guys in the clan there that are going to get a split of that, so I guess it's good in that regard anyway. You know what, these guys are offering me a split when I wasn't in it. I'm not taking it, but like, pure respect to them for offering. Because they don't have to do that. I'll get my own. over, baby. World's first turbo plate legs. 6 million corp kills. And I get a world's first in the first half an hour of next. So I'm just going to give it to Next to sell. He sold the crossbow and done the split for that. I think they got 1 billion. I'm not sure whether that was 07 or Fresh Start World. We think we're going to get about 500 to 600 for this. We're still negotiating, but he's going to sort all that out. That's my split of the Turbo Legs. 83 million GP. I've got a world first. I've made tons of money this week. Any normal person would just make a video on that, but I have an obsession with Corp right now, and I'm literally asking everyone to come along now to try and speed up these kills. 226 kills. This is how much bossing I have done this week. Corporal Beast rank 1, Dagonoth Prime rank 1, Supreme rank 1, Tombstone Mascot rank 3, and like not even just rank 1 of Corp, but yeah, no one's catching me there, are they? So don't go anywhere, because we know what happens when I start the editing process. I always get something. It's just the way it goes. Here's my stats so far this week. I'm going to do a couple more Corp kills, and you never know. We may get lucky. We just got another hilt. I've literally just come here to help DJ get his frozen key piece. Look, who gets a frozen key piece and a Saradomin hilt? Me and DJ are trying the both in one corner tactic at Sarah. We didn't realise you would need stamina since you're just standing in the corner here, and we're both out of run. DJ's left me, and there's something wrong with me that stops me being able to teleport when any boss is low health, which is why I can never make a hardcore. Just die already. Oh, crossbow! I swear we done 3 kills and had a hilt to the crossbow. ACV is about 100 million, so I'm just going to give DJ 50 million split, and I'm going to keep the crossbow. So we've got Asta Tank of Bandos. We have been here for so long. I'm the tank, and I've got 61 kill count. Selling another 100 million for 155 million on 07. That takes the account to over 1 billion GP, and I still have about 400 million GP on Fresh Start World. 227 corp kills. I think this is going to be my last trip. Now or never. Otherwise, we shall be back next week, Corp. DJ got the corp hat. What? Another world first. You know what? I'm made up for him. He has helped me so much this week. What a flex that is. Last week we made around 500 million GP, and I've just checked the banks, just over 1 billion on 07 and 400 million on Fresh Start World, which converts into around 600 million GP at the minute. The rate is still 1.5. So that is 1.6 billion in total we've made so far. So we only need around 550 million to go to complete the challenge. Can we do it this week? And can we get that elusive sigil as well? Just at another clan event. These events are absolutely awesome. I wish I had done this on my main account. This is going to be my last level, level 77 prayer. Back to Corp, still isn't any sigils in the game yet, but there are more people now doing Corp. Another Spirit Shield, a little bit of money I guess. Another Spirit Shield. Oh, the beam gets me every time. Another boss I'm going to do this week is armor. The price of armored items are going crazy right now. Loads of buyers and loads of offers in the marketplace. Oh, helmet, we'll take that. That is not a bad drop at all in Fresh Start World. It's about 12 million GP they are right now. The ugliest helmet in the world, but we'll take the 12 mil. Hilt, get in. Get in there. Best drop I could have got. About 60, 65 million I think they are right now. Trying to decide if I look like an absolute boss right now or a complete idiot. With every next item being between 300 mil and 1 bill GP each, between Corp and next, something has to give, surely. Still no drops from Corp or next, but have sold the Armadillo Godsword, so that's a nice little 60 million GP. So with my money, rather than just transferring it over, I have decided to treat myself to a little twisted booklet. I know I'm still really outgeared at next because the guys there have twisted bows and things, but I'm starting to feel a little bit better about my setup. Next master, 25 kills. Another Spirit Shield. I'm not even sure these are all going to sell. We've got that many of them now. They're all sat on a G for a couple of mil. More plate legs. Come on. Nice. And there's only 4 of us. 4-man split. And that's another helmet from Armor. That's my 200th career kill. Being quite nice to me. 3 drops in just 200 kills. You normally get a drop about 1 every 100 kills. Every other boss is paying out apart from this guy. I must be double the drop rate now on a sigil. And he's still not giving anything. Got a 3-man team for Bandos. These trips are so long now. Hopefully we'll get an item from here. And I'm not tanking for a change. So I can literally just put my prayer on and chill. BCP. Nice. About 25 mil, I think, at the minute. BCP is not massive. Nice. Another BCP. So because we got 2, I'm just going to give Boba a third of the money, which is 8.5 million, and just throw on a G for 25 million. I'm sure it'll sell at some point. Another day, another Corp trip. One day. Alexa. Slowly getting there. Lots of Spirit Shields now. Holy Alexa. Something's coming. I can feel it. BCP sold. I put it in for a little bit more. 26 million. So don't tell Bubba. Shortchanged him about 300k. We got one. We got a sigil. World first spectral sigil. World first any sigil for that matter. Oh, relief. It may not be the best Spirit Shield, but it looks great, doesn't it? You know someone's going to pay silly money for it just to flex. There goes my Dragon Warhammer. I've had enough Corp for one lifetime, so that will be my last trip there. So the Spectral is like 60 million or so in the main game. We've just sold in Fresh Start World 295 million GP. And don't forget, it's an exchange rate at the minute of 1.5, so it's actually worth 440 million in 07. Going to do a little bit of Scorpio. I have 2 of the shards for the Odeon Ward. I can't make the shield because no one's coming to this boss. And I wouldn't do normally because it's terrible money. But actually, if I get the piece, the shield will sell for about 10 million GP. Damn, I thought that was it then. That's the mage piece, not the one for the range shield. It's saying 2.7 mil though. If it's worth that, I'll take it. ACB is crashing in price, so I'm going to sell it now. 89 million. There's definitely a price crash coming. Certain items, there's a few of them now just starting to drop in price. And I think after the Wilderness update, a lot of things are going to tank. I'm not sure if this really counts, but there's a drop party event in my clan. Bit of fun, isn't it? So I thought, why not? Got to be better than the one soft play I got the last one of Dragon Boots. Nice start. That's like a mil, I think. Oh, Fury. I'm making more here than an armor. Malediction shard sold. Just put an offer in for the Amulet of Avarice, which, as you probably know, means I'm going to go and try the Revenant. I haven't done any so far. Everyone keeps telling me they're great money, so I'm going to have a little go and test it. Going to transfer over some more cash. The rate's about 1.6 at the moment, so 125 million works out at 200 million GP on the main game. That's 1.2 billion, 1.241 to be exact, over on the 07 account. Still got about 400 million in items on the Fresh Start World, which is worth 600 million 07. So getting really, really close, and I still haven't had my next split yet for the Torva plate legs. This is going to be my Revenant setup. I think I'm going to go with this. I might tweak it later, I'm not sure yet. When I kept going DKs earlier, people would tell me revs were better money, so I figured there's only one way to find out. We did a day of DK, so let's do a day of Revenants and find out once and for all which is better.
Right. Come on, get that money. 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 I don't come the money. 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 Do it all for money.
So after a day of Revenants, I got 30.5 million GP in loot, and I generally didn't get into much trouble while I was out there because I was just freezing people and logging out if I got attacked. Apart from once where there was more splashes than a water park, where it did die for 700,000 GP, meaning I made 29.8 million in total. We turned the Holy Elixir into a Blessed Spirit Shield, and that's just sold for just under 10 million GP. I'm going to try a new tactic at armor. I'm going to purchase myself a Serp Helm and see if this way's any better. I'm doing some crazy flips on Fang right now. I'm buying for 170 million and selling for between 190 and 200 million GP, purely because they're crashing in price a little bit, so people don't realize yet. So they're still buying for like 190, 200 million, but I'm able to snipe them off the GE really, really cheap. The GE tracker says that the chest plate is 50 million right now, and the chain skirt is 35 million-ish, but actually there's offers on the Fresh Start World Marketplace, 60 million for the chest plate I've seen, as well as 45 million for the chain skirt. God Sword's also going up, that's 70 to 75 million right now. So you're going to go back to armor, but there's a few people that want to go with me, so I'm going to do a team one this time. Chain skirt, come on. Oh, I love seeing that beam. We are so close now. I can see the finishing line. I'm going to put it in for 35 because it's a split anyway, but I'm really curious what this sells for. No, 60? I thought it'd go more. 60 million, wow. God, the tracker is so far out. That's why I want to go armor. There's loads of people buying it. So this new way of killing the boss is working an absolute treat. I'm using the blowpipe and the Serp Helm to poison the minions at the start of the kill, and by the end of the kill they're either dead or close to dead, so I'm taking no damage after the boss is dead. I'm using Bones to Peaches to heal up as well off the bones, and I'm doing about 18, 19, 20 kill trips, which is pretty good considering I'm not even maxed, and my gear is just barrows really. This is finally the split from the Torva plate legs that we got like a week ago or something. The first lot sold for 590 million GP, and we could only get 300 million GP for the second. Again, just the difference between the world first and the person who wants them the most paying a ridiculous price, and the next person who'll have them wants them, but only at the right price. Another 30 million Fang flip. These things are making me bank. This is about my fourth one now, where I've made 20 to 30 million GP. This guy's giving me items, but he's in the clan, so, you know, I'd normally avoid this, but I'll take it. Twisted Booklet is about 35 million to 40 million right now, and the BGS is 55 million, so his offer's actually 200 to 205 million GP. That's another Fang bought, 160 million GP, because they are going down in price a little bit, but these flips are just crazy. This is my 400th armor kill. Last drop was on about 270. So a little bit dry at the minute, but I've been fairly lucky at armor so far. BGS sold for 55 mil. And just transferring some money over, back down to 1.5 rate at the moment. That's another 150 million transferred over to the 07. I got someone else that wants to take 30 million. That's another 45 mil. So that is 1.436 billion GP on the main game. And still got all my gear on the Fresh Start World. Kill number 577. The last drop I got at armor was 277, I think it was, something like that anyway. I am incredibly dry now. I've been here for 3 days without an item. What a time to go dry. So I thought I'd join a clan event to the Chambers of Xeric. I haven't done any of this in this challenge, mainly because I don't have the Herblore level or the Farming level to make potions in the raid to do solos, but it's nice to come in and do something a little bit different. Arcane Split. That's not bad money in Fresh Start. I think it's more than 32. It's certainly decent money anyway. I mean, there's about 10 of us, so it's not a big split. 600 kills and still nothing. So I need to repair my armor again. I'm actually wearing out leather faster than I can get a drop at armor. I know I could go and do Tombs of a Massacre or something else and easily finish this challenge. I could have done that weeks ago, but I don't want to. And the point is, you don't have to be amazing at the game to make a load of money. There's nothing that I have done in this challenge that most people can't do, just by going after any item that's in demand. And that's armor right now. So we'll keep going. The drag streak can't last forever. Yes! Finally! And it's the best one. Hilt has absolutely gone through the roof right now because there's a wilderness update next week. I think it's like 80, 90 mil, something like that, maybe even 100. It's a lot of money right now. So possibly a little bit more than 85 right now. It's a clanmate, so I'm going to sell to him for 85 million and then work out exactly how much we need to finish this challenge. It can't be much. We're nearly there. So I have 123 million GP in cash right now, 11.4 million GP in items and things on the GE. That makes it 134 million. And the bank is currently worth 294 million GP. Obviously, it's going to take a while to sell. That's why I'm doing it this way. So that gives me a total of 428 million on Fresh Start Worlds. At the current conversion rate of 1.5, that is 642 million GP. Add that to the 1.436 billion GP, and that gives me a grand total so far of 2,078 million GP, which is just 69 million GP short of max cash. Every Armadillo piece apart from the helmet is worth more than that. Obviously, I'll sell all of this at the end, but it's going to take a little while. But for now, we are just one Armadillo piece away from completing this challenge. This is a brand new account.
Seeing monsters out your window. No, you can't sleep, you pretend though. You don't have to play the hero.
Trapped in a brand new game mode.
Cause I got you like you got me. When the earth shakes, when the bombs scream, until our last breath, every heartbeat.
And there is only one way to escape.
You know I'll come running.
To buy yourself out. The price? Max cash.
When you tell me you learn, but the chaos is rising, leading the charge, yeah, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat, I'll be your only.
I actually ended up with a bit more than max cash. I'd done the clan a bit of a deal with some items and still had enough to trade over. And this is it, 2.147 billion GP, which completes an epic journey, which started out as just me and ended up with a bunch of great people in Fresh Start Worlds doing loads of stuff together and a ton of fun.